Hello everyone, my name is Oliver. I'm 7 years old. Now I will tell you stories about the wind in the willows. The wind in the willows, episode 41. Battle helping Mr. Toad. Rat and Mole was eating breakfast. Rat was eating his eggs. Mole finished his breakfast now. Then they heard a knock on the door. Knock, knock, knock. And Rat said, Mole, I was finished my breakfast. Will you answer the door? Mole said, okay. Then Mole ran to the door and opened it. It was Banter. Banter, cried Mole. Rat said, Banter, why is he here? He never left the wildwood. Mole. Banter said, Rat, it's your time now. Rat said, what tower? Banter said, Mr. Toad. He's brought another new car. Then Mole said, what? He brought a new car? Oh, he always wants to drive car. He's a terrible driver. Rat said, oh, we have to get to Toad Hole right away. Before it was too late, cried Mole. They put on the coat and they ran out the door. The rats locked the door and they get to Toad Hole. And in just an hour, they has arrived at Toad Hole. They saw a new shiny car. Then Banter said, I'll knock on the door. I'll knock on the door and you will surprise him. But before he does it, the door bursts open. Toad says, oh, you are in the right time. I'm going to drive my new car. Banter said, oh, what stupid clothes. They saw he's wearing long loops and jacket. Oh, Banter said, what stupid clothes. Then Banter said, Banter said, throw him back into his house now. Then Rat and Mole throw Toad back into his house. And Banter said, Toad, take off those stupid clothes. Toad said, no, I will not. These are not stupid clothes. These are my new driving suit. Rat says, oh. Banter said, boys, take off his clothes. Then Rat and Mole says, okay. Rat said, I'll zip him on. And you two will pull out his clothes. Rat jumped up and pull out his coat. I got his goggles, cried Rat. I got his cap, cried Mole. And I've got his shoes. says Venture. Venture said, "Oh, now Toad stand up." And Toad stand up and says, "Oh," Mole said, "you look like yourself now, Toad." And suddenly Venture said, "Toad, you must give your car." Toad said, "Why?" Venture said, "Because you are a terrible driver." "But we don't think you are bad. You are a terrible man," said Rat. Then Venture said, "I will go in another room and talk with him. You stay here and wait." Venture let Toad go into another room. Then Venture talked with Toad. Then they heard Toad's crying. Then suddenly the door burst open. Venture looked seriously and Toad looked tearful. Then Toad said, "Sit down and clear his throat." "My friends," Toad is truly sorry. And Rat said, "Oh, that's good news." Suddenly Toad jumped up and said, "No, I will never sorry. Yes, I will never stop driving cars." Vroom. Then Venture said, "What? You promise?" And Venture very angry. He took the room key and threw Toad back into his room. Then he locked the door. Toad said, "Hey, let me go. Let go of me." Toad was really angry. Oh, he just sit and he screamed. Then Venture put the room key into his pocket and says, "We will stay here until you promise." "Okay, Toad," said Venture outside the door. And Toad was very upset. Then the three friends goes out. They let Toad locked in his bedroom alone. Then Toad have an idea. He take all his chairs and he set them he set them like the seat in a car. And he sit in one seat and say, "Vroom, vroom." Then say, "Watch out," like he's going to crash someone. Then he pushed his legs down, look like he is spinning the gas pedal. Then Toad. Then suddenly he jumped out of the seat and he fell down to the floor. "What fun," said Toad. Then he sit on another seat and did that again. Then crash, flip, Toad. A lot of sound come from Toad's bedroom. Then Mole said Toad is still screaming. Rat said, "Let me have the first look." Then Venture give Rat the room key. Then they got out. Rat opened the door and then Toad said, moaned Toad. "Get me a doctor." Rat said, "Why?" "Oh," Toad said, "I hit my head into Toad's chair, but it's not real, it's a lie." Then he says, "Get me a doctor, or say goodbye to my friend." And Rat gets full. Then he walks around the room and he holds his head and says, "What will I do?" Then he said, "Toad, wait here. Hang on, I will get a doctor for you." Then he locked the door and ran after the room. He called Banter and Mole back to the house. When they come back, they open the door and see, but Toad was gone. He has taken the sheet and jumped out the window, and he has disappeared. The room is empty. And Rat said, "Sorry, Banter. I get full and I open the door full and let him go." Banter said, "Oh, you get for that old trick?" And Rat said, "Yes." Banter said, "Don't worry. We'll see him again. I just hope it's not in the hospital or in jail," said Mole. Then they get out the house. In the road, Toad was eating lunch in the Red Lion. The restaurant, the Red Lion. Does not mean that he's going to the zoo and meet the Red Lion, okay? And he's eating lunch inside. Suddenly, he heard his favorite sound. It's the sound of the car. Then he stand up and look out the window. He said, "Oh, it's my friends and their car." Then he watched them get into the Red Lion restaurant. Then he thought, no one will mind if I just look at it. Then Toad ran after the door and looked at the car. His fingers trembled. And then he said, "Wow, it has a really big engine, and its wheels are really shiny. It can go into any of the road." Then, without thinking, he jumped into the car. He saw the keys in the car. Then he says, "Oh, I wonder what is the sound like?" And he said, "Should I?" asked Toad to himself. Said, "Why not? Just a little bit turn of the key and turn a little bit of the key." Then the engine roared. Then he stepped on the gas pedal and it goes really, really fast. Toad said, "Wow, it's really fast, like my new car." But there aren't any matter. But there's only one matter, that he was driving again. Toad still driving on the road. He's getting full. He don't know where he was going. He ran past the police. He didn't bother who saw him. Then the police ran after him. Suddenly the police has catch Toad. They take him to the clerk. And a man with a long beard says, "Oh, you are Toad. You are the worst criminal that I know." And says, "Clerk, how long can we lock him up?" And the clerk said, "Let me see. He stole a car is 10 years. And he drove very dangerously. It's 5 years. He was very rude to the police. It's 5 years too. Let me add them up." And the clerk said, "We have locked him 20 years. And the man said, "Excellent. Take him to the jail right away." Then the police officer took him to the jail, and a man stood there with a ring of key. He pushed them into a room and locked the door. And Toad said, "Oh no, if I thought," then he thought, he scratched his head and said, "If I don't did these things, I just not have to go into jail." The kids and all the people stood outside. They say Toad is a thief. It's a car. He say Toad is a car thief. The children says that Toad has stolen a car, and they sang a song about Toad. It's like this: "Toad has stolen a car. Now he's going into jail." And Toad sits in the jail and screams. "Ah!" But about Toad's friends, they are really worried. Mole is sitting at the riverbank, and he thinks, "Oh, I will meet Toad one day." He said to Rat. Rat said, "I have some news. Oh, little Portly, the sun has lost again." And Mole said, "Oh, he's always going away, and he always come back." Mole said, "Oh, he has been missing for 5 days. And the otter is waiting for sun at the old bridge." "Oh, poor otter," said Mole. Then he said, agreed Mole, "we cannot go to bed. Let's find little Portly." Mole said, "Okay." Rat said, "Okay." They sit on Rat's boat and they roll down the riverbank. Then ahead they saw a small island. They tied the boat on the island, then walked along the path. Then suddenly they see a man. He's a very strange creature. He has the legs of goat and the body of a man. And on his head he has two goat horns. He has 2 goat horns. Look really funny, right? He looks like a strange creature. Then Mole said, "Look, Rat, he's holding pipes, and he is playing a song. It's really, really, really beautiful." Suddenly, that strange creature disappeared. Mole said, "Rat, I think a little Portly is around here." Then suddenly Rat pointed to a tree and said, "Look, little Portly is sitting down a tree and sleep." Then Mole ran back to the tree and said, "Little Portly." And little Portly woke up and said, "Rat, Mole, he said, you found me. Little Portly said, oh, I have sit here and wait for someone to find me. And Mole said, Little Portly, get on the boat and we'll take you home with your dad, Otter. And Little Portly said, thank you. They sit on the boat and row back to the river. Then it's time. Then they arrive at the old bridge. Little Portly hopped out the boat and ran up the bridge. He said, Daddy, Daddy! Otter heard Little Portly and he looked around. He said, Little Portly, my son. Then he was lost and a tear fell out of his eyes. Thank you for rescuing my son, Rat Mole. Nothing. It's time to go home now, said Rat. Then they get home by the boat. The end. Thank you for listening. See you very soon. Take care. Bye for now. Goodbye.